In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how to buy a house for just £1 with a £1 deposit. Now, this is something called a purchase option agreement. This is where you buy a property with a £1 deposit with an option, a first option, to pay the remaining balance over a period of time. Usually this might be 5 to 10 years. How do you actually get the money to put the full deposit down when you actually complete on the property? Well, after you pay the pound, you have full control of the property. So you can now rent it out and you can save the rent, and then after 5 years or so, you put that rent down as the deposit and you buy the property. It funds itself. Now, you can do this in just 5 steps. There's 2 types of people watching this video right now. Number 1, they're the people that say, oh, that can't be done, and come up with all the reasons why it can't be done. You are an idiot if you're watching, because you buy cars like this, don't you? This is called a purchase hire contract, where you pay a few £100s down payment on a car, and then you have the small monthly payments, and at the end, you can either walk away or you can pay the balloon payment and buy the car. Purchase hire contract is very normal. You also buy sofas this way from DFS Sofas, where you buy it now with an option to pay for it later. Buy now, pay later. You do it with holidays. In fact, even Uber Eats, you can do it with Klarna, where you pay a very small amount now and then you pay that. But guess what? You can do this completely legally with properties too. So if you think, oh, Samuel's an idiot. Well, I've become very rich doing it, and I've also trained thousands of people to do it too. The second kind of person is the person that says, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a try. And you're gonna be the kind of person that will become my friend one day when you're also a millionaire and I've been a small part of your story. So either stop watching now or continue watching the 5 steps, get rich, and you can thank me later. The choice is yours. Good, you're still listening. Step 1, find leads. How do you find landlords that will be up for this? Well, there's a few different types. Number 1 is people that can't sell their property because they're in negative equity. If they're in negative equity, that means that they bought the property for say 200 grand, but now it's gone down. It's now only worth £160,000 and their mortgage is higher than the value of their house. They want to sell, but they're stuck. So you rent it from them, you pay a peppercorn rent for a few years with the option to buy it down the line at a slightly higher price. That means that you can now rent it out for a higher amount, save the deposit, and then over the next 5, 6, 7 years, it's probably going to have bounced right back up. So you're going to have benefited from capital appreciation too. So that's the first type of person. Next is just tired landlords. People that have got a house that they're a bit sick of, they've been trying to sell it, they've got a figure that they're set on selling it, but they can't. How do you do that? You search on Rightmove for properties sold in order of not high to low or low to high, oldest listed. Find all the people that can't sell and you can then pitch them this opportunity. Also, people that have got their house for sale and for rent. You can say, look, you want to rent it, you want to sell it, I'll do both. I'll buy it for the price that you want, but I'll rent it from you first for a 5-year period. And then you rent it out on Airbnb for a much higher amount, save the profits to buy it, and you have the first option. So that's step 1. Find the leads. I hope you do that. Number 2, once you found the leads, you then need to book viewings and actually approach the sellers. Talk to the sellers or the agents and pitch them on the idea. Explain to them how it works. Most commercial agents will understand this and will be open to it. Residential, not so much. Landlords, private sellers, you need to explain in simple English like you're explaining it to a child. Once you've explained it to them, step 3, really important. You need to get a written heads of terms. Heads of terms is a basic 1-page lease option agreement. Once you've got that signed by the seller and signed by you, that's going to cover all the terms in the agreement, how long the lease option is over, what the rent is, who pays the insurance. In fact, if you'd like a copy of a heads of terms lease option agreement, I'm very happy to give you a lease option agreement heads of terms. And in the description, you can download that completely free of charge, which will really help you and assist you. Step 4, once you've got the heads of terms, give that to a solicitor. Get them to make it legally binding and get them to get a restriction order on the title deeds at land registry. Again, if you don't know what that is, what that means is if they try and sell it to anybody else, they can't. It will get flagged up with a restriction order on it at land registry. It means that if you've got, let's say you've got a 7-year option agreement. If you don't buy it within 7 years, the restriction is lifted. But if they change their minds, they can't because there's a restriction on the title deeds. Yes, they still own the property. You just paid £1. But that £1 gave you a first option to buy the property whenever you want between now and 7 years. That's how it works. Again, I'm not just going to give you a heads of terms lease option agreement. I'm also going to give you a copy of one of my restriction order notices so you can see exactly what it looks like and study it. Again, download that below. I'm going to give you that completely free of charge to study. Next, step 5. Once you've got the restriction order and you've got the property, rent the property out. Squeeze the lemon, rent it for as much as you can and save the profits to later go down as your deposit. Meaning you were able to literally buy a house for just £1, take control of the property and then use the profits to put down to complete on the property later. Completely legal, completely legitimate. And if you want access to, again, heads of terms, the restriction order, you want to see it, click the link below, get it, save it, study it, and I look forward to hearing your success stories of how you too bought a house for £1.